Hey, welcome back to Oddie's Angling TV. We're fishing in session at Lyreen Fisheries. I have Daniel O'Kelly, who is one of the co-proprietors of a company called 66Wild. Now, a lot of people like to fish abroad, especially in France, for carp. They like the social aspect of it. They like the fact that they can catch bigger fish than anywhere else. And it's a holiday for them. Now, there's two types of angler that goes to France. There's the type of guy that will end up in a very small lake similar to the one we have here, which is about 4 or 5 acres, and they're quite happy to go in, take a lottery ticket, pull it out of a hat, pick their swim based on the number that they're pulled out on, and sit in that swim, whether there's fish in front of them or not, for a full 7 days and enjoy the camaraderie of the group, and going up, getting the bell rung for their dinner and all the rest. And I've done it before, and I have to say it is really good fun fishing. But there's also the type of angler who likes to go to a big public open water, something that's big, wild, and has the potential of throwing up a monster or two, but also has that there's just a different vibe, a different feel, and a different kudos to somebody who catches public water fish as opposed to stocky water fishing. And 66Wild, their aim is to bring you on a guided tour to a number of venues that are public waters, and these are big inland seas, aren't they, Dan?
Big inland seas, yeah. Some ranging from sort of 200 acres to 10,000.
Having fished big waters myself over the past, I mean, they are daunting prospects, but what makes 66Wild really good is, number one, it's not expensive. Number two, what they are offering to you is that they are a guided tour, so you will fly from your country of origin, which, okay, we're here in Ireland, but you could be in the UK, and you'll fly to a designated airport where one of these guys will be waiting for you with a big sort of minibus or van.
Yeah.
And they're going to take you to the venue. They're going to have all your permits lined up, ready to go. They're going to have boats available, echo sounders. They're going to have rods. You have to bring your own reels, your own alarms, and obviously a tackle box, but they're providing you with bed chair, they're providing you with a bivvy, and obviously then the local knowledge and know-how of tackling those waters. And also there's a bait service where you have a deal now with Sticky Baits, and Sticky Baits are going to be providing you with bait in France.
We have an association with Sticky now, and we'll be supplying their bait. So that'll be ready for you the minute you arrive. You just order it before you come and we'll have it there.
So, walk me through the process. I ring you up, you're on Facebook.
On Facebook, the website's being built at the minute. We're also on Carp Fishing Ireland, most of the information's there as well. You ring up, you find out.
By the way, all the links to everything he's talking about will be in the description box of this video, so if you are interested, you just want to have a browse, you can go into any of those, hit them, and it'll take you off to the relative sites that you need to look at. So you were saying, I'm ringing you up, Dan, I want to come to France and I want to fish a big public water that has silly amounts of 40s and 50s and bigger. Where do I start? You're going to tell me, right, these are the dates, so now I need to go online and book my
flights. Yeah. And depending, sometimes we fly into Girona in Spain, and we can pick you up there, or sometimes it can be Perpignan. Next year we'll be moving up the country as well. It can be Toulouse, Carcassonne, Rodez. We'll be fishing all the lakes in these areas. You ring up, we check the times, we check the flights. Sometimes flights come in Friday, sometimes Saturday, but we work around that. Then when we receive your flight confirmation, we will book them times for you. We then go ahead, we book your license, and then you just arrive.
And what sort of size parties do you cater for?
At the moment we cater for 4.
So 4 anglers, and you fly into the region. At the airport you're picked up by you guys.
Yeah.
So what does one do for food?
Well, obviously on the way, the smartest thing to do on the way back from the airport is to always go into the supermarket. Although some anglers are very keen to get to the lake, it's just smarter to go in and get everything you need. And then we'll go to the shops every couple of days
and stock up.
And stock up, yeah. In that heat, you need to be going every few days. You can't keep meat for too long, stuff like that, milk.
And Right, so we get to the venue. Obviously, these are public night fishing zones that you have organised.
Yeah, well, no, we don't organise them. They're organised by the Federation, the PESH. Yeah, they're just certain night zones. Sometimes they move them around each couple of years. A lot of times they're the same ones for years. You can go there. You can day fish anywhere on the waters.
But you have to go back to the designated night zones if you want to
have to fish in the night zone if you want to stay. Really not worth taking the chance.
And they're strict, aren't they? I mean, these guys will run up with guns and everything and take your gear and fines and...
I mean, you can get the environmental police can come at you, the Garde de Pêche, the Federation of the Pêche, the gendarme. You will also get a lot of the pike anglers over there don't like carp anglers, so if they see you doing anything you're not supposed to do, you can expect a phone call to be made. Right. So it's really not worth taking the risk.
Right. And so these public waters, what can you expect? I mean, a week's fishing is fishing, it's not catching, and that's why we call it fishing. So I mean, you could go on blank. And
public water fishing,
that is the risk you take with any of these trips abroad. And people think that it's a bit like a sun holiday. They think, well, I paid for a sun holiday, so there should be sun, and it doesn't always work like that.
Yeah.
So you know, if it comes right, I mean, what can you expect? I mean, they're full of fish, aren't these?
Yeah, waters? Depending on the waters, there's obviously different waters. One water we fish is very heavily stocked, and it is actually possible to get 10 in a day there. Up to mid 40s, maybe 50. It's a lot of fish in there. Other waters are a lot trickier. You might spend 4 or 5 days before you even see a fish or get a run. Other times you can just come in, you can get on them first night. It just depends where they are. They're not hard to catch, the public water fish, they're just hard to find. Yeah. They're generally not pressured, so they should take your bait.
Yeah, and it's a case of, it's a needle in a haystack with these waters. You've got to find a fish. If you can't find them, you won't catch them.
No, you will get groups of roaming fish, and you will get groups of resident fish. I've caught fish a year later under the same tree on the rivers, and then 2 days later or a week later you get a shoal of fish coming through. You'll get 20 in 2 days, and then they're gone. But you will still always have resident fish, so it's never a complete blank, you know what I mean? You're always in with a chance of something.
Yeah. And I mean, all right, red letter nights or red letter days, what's the best you've seen on your trips?
Well, my last night last year I had a 42 and a 54
in one night,
and I had to pack up and go. I've had good nights. One night I had a 35, a 39, a 41, a 52 in the one night. So
as a guide, you've got 4 guys with you, and how many guides would you have there with those 4 guys? It's just one of you, is it?
No, there's 2 of us.
2 of you, right? So, and you tend to fish with them?
Yeah, we will fish with you, unless you want to fish on your own. But yeah, we will be on hand at all times. We won't just drop you there and disappear. Yeah. We will be there all the time.
And as I say, you've got boats, you've got echo sounders, electric motors. I mean, you've got everything that's needed.
Yeah, everything you need to tackle these waters. Myself and Gordon have been fishing these waters for 10 years now, so we know exactly what's needed and required, and we make sure that we have that for you.
So this has been a quick look at 66Wild. As I said, there's so many different companies out on the market that do, you know, similar services. You know, these small, heavily stocked lakes that kind of, wherever you put a lead, there's a fish not too far away. You know, some people are just not into that. I personally, it's not my scene. I've done it, and it's not for me. If I'm going to go abroad, I want to be fishing, you know, one of these inland seas, because that's where the adventure is. And I don't think you could do any better than go with a guided tour, because let's face it, these guys are fishing it all year long, and they know the moods of the water. You know, to be honest with you, I've learned in the couple of days fishing here that I've been down at Lyreen here, where we're fishing at the moment, I've learned so much from Dan, just listening to him talk about how he approaches this water. And that's what you're taking on board when you take on a guided service like this. You're going to get the very best local knowledge. These guys know how to fish it, they know when to fish it, how to hit it, and they're going to put you on the fish as best they can. As I said, I've been a friend of Dan's for a long time. I've known Dan probably the guts of, it's over 10 years now, isn't it, Dan?
Yeah, yeah.
I know Dan, I know the calibre of angler he is. He's a quiet kind of guy, but I tell you what, he's good fun as well. So if you're in the mood for a bit of adventure, then I would certainly check out. It's one of the most cost-effective. Pricing wise, you were telling me that take the flights out of the situation, the actual week's fishing with you guided tour with all your bits and pieces that you're offering.
Yeah, it's roughly around 300.
About 300. So I mean, if you look at flights, are going to bump that probably up to another, you know, say another 200. That's going to take you up to 500. You may need another, say, 10 kilos of bait. You may need more. That's going to be another, you know, another 100, say. So that's, you're up to around the 600 mark. That's just a ballpark figure.
Yeah.
But most small water adventures that I've been on are over £1,000. So that for me is amazing value for money straight away for the type of fishing you're doing. So as I said, if you're in the market for this, check them out on Facebook, check out their website when it comes live, and I can put my hand on my heart and recommend these guys based on him. I've never met Gordon, but I know Dan, and he's as straight as a die, and he won't see you wrong. If any man can put you on fish, this guy is a wealth of knowledge on fishing. Yeah, it's going to happen for you. So check him out, and we'll see you in the next video.